I'm busy, I travel, I run a multiple six-figure business, and I'm shredded. I also need a new training routine, so today I'll be walking you through step by step how I go about it and my thinking process when coming up with one. In fact, I'm going to build it right now so you can just copy it and use it for yourself. Let's get into it. Before getting into the workout, I'm going to give you my 4-step framework for coming up with a workout routine, and this will allow you to come up with your own, or you can just copy mine. So the 4-step framework. Step number 1 is, can you stick to it? Like, if you can't stick to it, there's no point. For myself, it's 3 to 4 sessions a week of 45 to 60 minutes. It needs to be flexible as I live a very unpredictable lifestyle. So flexibility is super crucial, and travel alternatives are imperative as well. Because when I go to, for example, I'm in Dubai right now, and some of the gyms I go to at the apartments, they don't have all the equipment, right? So it needs travel alternatives. Moving on. Second part is volume. So what I mean by volume is the amount of working sets per week. A working set is where you take the muscle to failure, or at least close to failure, where you really push yourself. And optimally, according to research, it's about 6 to 20 per muscle group per week. That is the optimal range. So if we're anywhere between that, we're in a good range. Thirdly, we have recovery. Recovery is key, it's crucial. For the longest time, I didn't take this seriously. Take recovery seriously. So a good way of thinking, or a good framework for this is, if you're fatigued or sore for the next session, you either need less volume or more time between your sessions. So recovery will be key. The fourth part of the framework is frequency. So it doesn't matter too much how often you train a muscle group. However, 2 times is superior to 1. And it's actually quite a big difference between training a muscle group twice as opposed to once. And this is because you're taking advantage of that resting state more often. For example, if you would train a muscle group, let's say, or your full weekly volume of that muscle group on Monday, let's say of the back, you would train 10 sets on Monday. Now you might be fully recovered by Wednesday, and that means you're missing out on 4 days of potential muscle growth. Now, if you would split that up into 5, let's say 5 on Monday and then another 5 on Thursday, that way you're maximizing both the recovery windows. So yeah, adding more days than 2 doesn't make too much sense in most cases. Now, what are we optimizing for? Me personally, I am optimizing for looking freaking fucking good naked, aka looking really aesthetic. So I don't train for strength, I don't do any of that. I train to look as good as possible, right? That is what I optimize for. Now, that said, my main focus for this training routine coming up will be my chest. My chest is my weakest part, so I want to really emphasize that. Cool, let's get building. And we are on the app. So this is the training app. And as you can see, Michael Jordan, the GOAT, right? Myself. So let's have a look at the program. This is, by the way, the exact app all my clients use. So I'll be sharing just a few of them in a minute, so you can see that this doesn't just work for me. So what I already did, I know I said I was going to build it with you guys, but honestly, that would take too long, because I got building and I was like, shit, I would be like doing an hour, 2 hour long video, because I actually didn't realize how much time this actually takes and how much thought you have to put into it. And I know so much about this, and yet it still takes me so much time. So I'll just walk you through it, starting off with back focused full body. So I went with 4 full body days. And the reason for that is because it's the most flexible way to go about my training. Because even if I miss a few days, it's not the end of the world. Like, let's say I can only train twice a week. I'm still training the full body because yeah, I'm getting enough volume in for the full body, and that way I'm still at least maintaining what I currently have, as opposed to, let's say you have leg days on Mondays, and now your Mondays are always so packed, you're missing out on leg days if you always have Mondays that are jam-packed, and now your legs are small and you have chicken legs, and you don't want that. So for my schedule, and if you have a busy schedule, the full body split is really the way to go. That said, so warming up is crucial, like cardio before that. Warm-up sets, very important as well, to not only warm up the muscle, but also practice the movements and prime your muscles for the main working sets to come. So just some guidelines, these we have for our clients as well, the modules, not for me, but for our clients. That said, full body warm-up routine, this is just some, along with the cardio, you want to basically do some dynamic stretches, that's the one. So yeah, just some dynamic stretches, as you can see, me walking through my clients through the exercise. And what we did was, okay, so for the back focused full body day, we did pull-ups, 3 sets here. Then we went with machine seated row and then Bulgarian split squats. Now, I used to not group the back exercises together because I thought better rest between them was better. But it turns out that you want to actually group them. And that is because you increase time under tension. So only resting 2 minutes here, 90 seconds here, and here I go max reps, as many as I can. Currently, if I do them really, really slow, I can only do like maybe 6-7 reps. Here, 8 to 10 reps is a good range. 2 sets here, not more. Bulgarian split squats for the legs, insane. If you're not doing these, you are simply a pussy because you are running from the best exercise to grow your legs. They fucking hard, but they are the best you can do. So yeah, 8 to 10 reps here, 2 sets. And then we've got the single or dumbbell single arm lateral raise. So here you actually want to do the leaning away ones. I'll actually show that right now. All right, I mean leaning into. So as you can see, I'm leaning into them. And the reason for that is because you're creating, let me draw actually, the most tension, right? Or the muscle best response to growth in the lengthened position. And you want to actually create the most tension when the muscle is fully lengthened, right? So the shoulder is lengthened right now, right? And if you would be standing upright, then there would hardly be any tension at the bottom. But because you're leaning into it, there's still tension here when it's fully lengthened, which is crucial for optimal muscle growth. So that's why you want to do them leaning like this. And as you can see, slow and controlled. Then combining that with the calf raise leg press machine, or calf, yeah, pretty much calf raises with the leg press machine. Yes, these are really, really cool because you can load very, very heavy. And then we've got barbell bicep curl combined with the barbell skull crusher. These very heavy because the bicep and the tricep actually are slow twitch muscle fibers, or more slow twitch dominant, meaning they respond better to heavier loads. So including some heavier loads and lower rep ranges is optimal. And as you can see, I'm doing supersets, and this helps me with super efficient workouts because you can combine exercises and as a result save a bunch of time. And then we've got the decline bench sit up for the abs. And there's actually only 2 ab exercises you need to grow your abs or to get really, really good abs. One of them is the decline bench sit up for more of your upper abs. And then later I'll be sharing another exercise for more of the lower abs. So that's my back focus full body. Moving on to the chest workout. So I decided I'm just going to walk you through this one only because I don't want to bore you. What I'll actually do is I'll write out this entire routine into a Google Doc and I'll just give it to you for free. Just make sure to comment down below or actually DM me on Instagram with the word training and I'll send over this entire routine to you. Like literally, I'll send it over to you. But pretty much, I just want you to understand the entire thinking process behind this and why this is the best routine for you. Like this will, if you follow this, I promise you, your results will be insane. So for example, I haven't mentioned warm-up sets. So this is crucial if you're just starting out with a certain muscle group. So as you can see here, I have got the incline dumbbell chest fly directly after that, which is also targeting the chest, and I don't have warm-up sets here. So I don't need them because I just targeted the chest. However, for example, I'm getting into the Romanian barbell deadlift. Here I need warm-up sets again because it's a totally different muscle group. So that's something to keep in mind, right? And then here we're going heavy. And then again, we finishing really the chest off with incline dumbbell chest flies. So this is my chest builder because look, at the end of the day, most people the most redundant exercise is the normal bench press or the flat bench press, flat dumbbell chest fly, flat anything. Because at the end of the day, you're targeting your lower chest. And with the incline, you want to put it at about 15 to 30 degrees. And that way you're targeting both the upper chest fibers and even the lower chest. And the most important part for aesthetics is the upper chest. So there's actually no reason to include a flat bench press. It's absolutely useless. And here I like including long length partials, and I'll actually show you what that is. So this is a long length partial. I love doing these with hamstring curls because there's so much tension right here. So I'm going really, really slow, and then I'm only stopping halfway. So you really only want to stop halfway, and that's a long length partial. And what this does, it creates so much freaking tension on the hamstrings right here because they're in constant tension. Now you slow down the movement like I'm doing, go all the way to the bottom, and you're just in that stretched position. Oh my word, insane. And this works really, really well with the dumbbell chest fly because there's no tension at the top. Like there's literally no tension at the top. I'm not gonna look at this right now, but at the top, when the dumbbells come together, there's like zero tension. So what you wanna do is you wanna actually stay in the bottom half of the movement, so you have constant tension. Again, the main driver for muscle growth is tension, remember that. So here we're going quite heavy, here we're going more lighter, so higher reps, right? And then we've got the deadlift, hamstring curls, again, we're grouping, right? Both the barbell deadlift and the hamstring curls are for your hamstrings, so you want to group them, finishing off with leg quad extensions for the quads, and then another superset to save time. And here we've got the cable upright row, which is a really cool exercise to load the shoulders quite heavily, the side delts, because with the shoulder press, right, you are actually targeting a lot of the front delts, but with the cable upright row, you can load a little bit heavier and really isolate the side shoulders, which are super crucial if you want to build an aesthetic physique and have a wide look. And then the final thing I wanted to touch on was the alternatives. So I always add dumbbell or barbell alternatives to the machine exercises. So then when I do go travel, that I can basically have the dumbbell or barbell alternatives and still get in a good workout. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all the other two workouts because you get the point. What I'm going to do is exactly, just DM me on Instagram with the word training, I'll send it to you. But what I want to do now is just share another client of mine. For example, let's go Nadim. Nadim's an absolute gangster. Nadim's a gangster. So Nadim is 52 years old, and have a look at this dude. Have a look at this dude. It's absolutely remarkable. Like, oh my word, this dude's getting ready for the next Baywatch. I mean, come on. Let's start playing. Holy shit. Like, this is insane. But you want to see his starting point. And this was just a few months back. Like, this was, when was this? In February, 26th of February. Have a look at this. And he is seeing his abs right now. At 52 years old. That is like 3 months later. We've got March, April, May. 3 months and a bit later. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And keep in mind, he had been training his whole life up until this point. And in 3 months, we absolutely changed his life. But he's a gangster. He put in the work. He showed up. He did what we told him to do. And what does his training routine look like? Let's have a look. So he is actually also doing the full body. So he has 4 full body days, something similar to me. And yeah, so as you can see, not longer than an hour. With me, you saw it was 45 minutes, 47 minutes, so really, really efficient. Here, just under an hour most of the time, so really, really efficient, and the results are absolutely insane. So that is my entire workout routine, and just to go through the checklist, right? So can I stick to it? Yes, I can, because it's 45 minutes to an hour. Max, it was 47 minutes most of the time on average, and it's 4 sessions a week. I can comfortably do it, and it's extremely flexible. It got the training, the travel solutions, and I added the alternatives, right? So I can stick to it. Is it enough volume? Well, let's have a look. This is how much volume it has. So chest 11 working sets, back 10, biceps 14, the most, but that's because of a lot of the back exercises target the bicep as well. Tricep 10, hamstrings 8, glutes 10, rear delts 11, side delts 13, which is important, right? And quads 9, abs 8, calves 8. So really, really well-rounded, and enough volume, yes, because how much volume do we need? 6 working sets minimally, and if you're actually pushing yourself, 6 is more than enough, but we have a little bit more, and we wanted to focus mainly on the chest, and obviously side delts, so important. Bicep, yeah, I won't complain about that. I totally forgot, I still wanted to tell you about the second ab exercise, the only other ab exercise you need for the lower abs, which here I've included lying straight leg raise, or you can do hanging leg raises from a pull-up bar, which targets more of the lower abs, as I said. And those are literally the only 2 ab exercises you need. Most people just overcomplicate it. And yeah, so enough recovery, yes, because it's 4 days and 45-minute sessions. And if I do feel like, what do I do if I do feel like I can't recover or I'm sore? What do? I decrease the volume or I increase the rest between the sessions. And you do the same. And then enough frequency. Yes, I'm targeting every muscle group at least twice a week. So optimal frequency at the end of the day. That said, volume done, action steps, because look, at the end of the day, if you do not take action, if your life doesn't change as a result of you watching this video, you have learned nothing and this was a complete waste of time. And I don't want that for you. So take action. So the action steps for you are create your own with this framework I just laid out to you, or just copy mine. DM me on Instagram or pause the screen, like whichever one you want to do. Oh yeah, actually DM me because I didn't go through the other ones. So DM me on Instagram with the word, I did use training, right? Training, and I will send it over to you. You can just use it, see insane results. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, that's totally cool too. If you're a busy traveling man, you'd like to see insane results, collapse time, that's cool too. Book in a call with the link in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching. And as always, don't be a little bitch and get yours. I'll see you in the next one.